Okay, let's look at this General Maths past WASSCE exam together. So it says the perimeter of a square is numerically equal to half of the area. Find the length of its side. So before we do it together, I want you to pause the video so you can try the problem for yourself. Then after you finish the problem, you can unpause the video and we can try it together. So go ahead, pause the video. Okay, so we're looking at two things about a square, right? The perimeter of the square and also the area of the square, right? So we need to remember how to find both of these things, right? So first, let's draw the square. Okay, so the square like this one. The thing that we need to find is the length of the side, right? Right now we don't know it, so we need to find it, right? So the good thing about the square is that all sides of the square are the same, right? So we don't know what they are, so let's call them x for right now. That's what we want to find for the final answer. So once we find x, that's the side, that will be our final answer. Okay, so first, let's think about the perimeter of the square. How are we going to find the perimeter? Let's call it P, right? So this is pretty simple. The perimeter for any shape, we just need to take all of the sides, we add them together, that will give us the perimeter, right? So we'll get x, this side, plus x, we just add all of them together. How many total do we have? We have 4, right? So we just need to add x together 4 times, right? X plus x plus x plus x. That will give us the perimeter. Let's go ahead and we can simplify that. X plus x plus x plus x. That will get, how many x's do we have? We already said we had 4, right? So this will be the same thing as 4x. That is our perimeter. All right. Now we'll do the same thing with the area, right? Okay. But the formula for the area will be different, right? So for any quadrilateral, right, or any shape like this one, like the square, we just need to take the length times the width, right? So let's say the length for the square is x times the width of the square is also x, right? Okay, so now that's the area. Now we can simplify it. We want to be a little bit careful. X times x, what will this give us, right? Some of us might say 2x, right? This is not correct. X times x will give us x squared, right? This one is an easy mistake we need to remember. X times x will give us x squared. We had x plus x, that would be 2x. X times x will give us x squared. That one is the area. Okay, now the final thing, it tells us how the perimeter and the area relate to each other. So let's write a simple equation for this one. This will help us. It says the perimeter of the square is equal to half of the area. So let's write an equation to see what that means. The perimeter is equal to half of the area. You can say that's the same thing, the area divided by 2, right? The perimeter is half of the area, so that means the area divided by 2. This is the relationship that we know we have between them. Okay, so we can use this one. We know that what the perimeter is in terms of the side x is 4x. So let's write that one. Instead of perimeter, we know it is 4x. Okay. The area, we know, is x squared. So we'll have, instead of area, we have x squared, but we also still have the divided by 2, right? Because the area, the perimeter is half of the area. So we still have x squared divided by 2. Okay, so now we can use this one to try to solve for x, right? We can see an x squared here. We might think that we have a we can see the x squared here. We might think that we have to do something with quadratic formulas or quadratic equations, but this one actually there's a way we can simplify it a little bit. We can remove one of the x's because we have x's on both sides, right? So we can divide both sides by x, right? So to simplify this, we're going to divide both sides by x. When we do this, right, x and x on this side, they cancel. Okay. Here we have x squared, so that's like x times x. So we're going to cancel out one of the x's, but we're still going to get one back, because this one is x times x. So we'll cancel out one of the x's, we can just cancel out the square, and that cancels with that x. Okay, so now when we rewrite it, that means we have 4 is equal to, we still have one x, so x divided by 2. Okay, so now for the final one, to simplify it, right, we have x divided by 2. We want to transpose the 2 to the other side, so we think, what is the opposite of divide by 2? The opposite of divide by 2 is times 2, right? So on the right side, we're going to say times 2. On the left side, we're going to say times 2. Okay, so for the final answer, on the right side, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, they cancel. So we get x. On the left side, we have 2 times 4. Oh, sorry. So let's go ahead and do that. So 2 times 4 is 8, right? So we get x equals to 8. Okay, so now let's think about it to make sure, because we got x. Let's see if this is our final answer. So we said that x is the side of the square, right? And what did we want to find? We want to find the length of the side of the square, right? So this one is the side of the squared, so this one should be our final answer. They didn't give us any units, so because of that we can just say it is 8 units. That is why they write it that way. For our answers, they don't give us any units, right? So we see which one. D is 8 units, so D will be our final answer.